Pushing the Pylon, week 18 of Sunday football is here, the last regular season Sunday of the year. Let's appreciate it. Even if most of the backups are in, even if half the teams, if not all besides a couple, have nothing to play for besides draft position, let's get some winners, because at the end of the day, there's still winners and there's still losers to be had. So let's pick some winners. First game, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to Indianapolis to play the Colts. Colts are minus 3.5 here. And I'm going to try to put this aside for a minute and just paint you a picture. I said it to you earlier in the year. 3 things are for sure in life: death, taxes, and the Jaguars being the Colts. I'm going to stick with that here again today, especially when we're getting a spread of 3.5. We get the field goal game. I love it. The Jaguars usually have their number no matter how bad or how good either team is in the last few years. I think Brian Thomas scores, and I think the Jags may pull off the upset outright. As much as I hate Mac Jones, the team around him seems to still be playing with some motivation, so let's go with the Jaguars plus 3.5. Speaking of the AFC South, we have the Houston Texans traveling to Tennessee to play the Titans. The Titans are minus 2.5 here. The Texans are locked in for their playoff spot. They won the division. They're going to be playing the Steelers, I believe, in the playoffs. So this week is more of just let your backups play, let them turn up. We don't know who's playing where. If you go to DraftKings, you can't even take any passing props for either quarterback. So we don't know what's going on. So I'm going to take the points plus 2.5 here. I'm going to go with the Texans. I don't have a touchdown scorer for you for that reason I just explained before. But I like the Texans with the points here. Let's keep it going. Next, we have the NFC South slate of games here. We have the Carolina Panthers traveling to Georgia to play the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons are minus 7.5 here. And this is a tough one because the Carolina Panthers have been playing relatively good football these past few weeks, have been killing spreads, have been putting up against really good football teams and making them competitive. I don't think it happens here. Give me the Falcons minus 7.5. I believe they go wire on the Panthers here. End the year on a big note. Next, we have the New Orleans Saints traveling to Florida to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bucks are minus 15. I have to look again to make sure that was right. 15. And that's because the Bucks are still trying to play. Very important for them. I'm not even going to talk about the incentives with any of these picks here. They're all well advertised. Sports books are taking advantage of them, trying to take people's hard-earned money to take advantage of those props. Up the receiving props for players like Mike Evans, who, by the way, I like to score today regardless of the contract stuff, regardless of the 1,000 yards he needs. He needs 85 more yards, I believe, or somewhere between 85 and 90 to get his 1,000-yard mark. Whether he gets that or not, I think he can, but we're going to go Mike Evans anytime touchdown, and we're going to go Tampa Bay Bucks minus 15. Next, we have the Buffalo Bills traveling to Foxborough to play the Patriots. Bills are minus 3.5 on the road here. And simply put, I think the Bills go and beat the Patriots. I think they cover the spread. Last game looked bad. They didn't look great against the Patriots at home. So this time on the road, they're going to return the favor and cover the 3.5-point spread. Next, we have the Washington Commanders traveling to Texas to play the Dallas Cowboys. Commanders are minus 7. And the Cowboys, just like they were last week, are still on Cooper Rush, are still without CeeDee Lamb. Who knows who's getting the ball here? I like the Cowboys plus 7, and I like Brandon Cooks to score a touchdown. Book it. Next, we have the New York Giants traveling to Pennsylvania to play the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles are minus 3, and that's without Jalen Hurts playing. That's with them resting most of their stars to go against the Giants here, and I still love the Eagles minus 3. As good as the Giants looked last week, and as flawed as the Eagles look when they're not fully staffed and all on their first team units, I think the Eagles cover here. I think they end the season on a high note. And I think we start hearing a lot of conversations about how the Eagles might run that NFC regardless of the Lions, regardless of the Vikings, regardless of anybody else that may stand in their way. Eagles minus 3. For our final 1 o'clock game, we have the Chicago Bears traveling to Wisconsin to play the Green Bay Packers. Packers are minus 10 here. And kind of like the Colts Jaguars, you have death, you have taxes, and you have the Packers beating up on the Bears. I like the Packers minus 10 here. I think we keep it simple to Josh Jacobs anytime touchdown. When the Packers try to gear up, go into that NFC playoff that we just talked about with the Eagles potentially running it, and have a dogfight. And if they get to the Super Bowl, there's rumors that Jair Alexander may be healthy for it. So they have something to play for. They have a light at the end of the tunnel. Packers minus 10 to start that playoff run in Week 18. Make sure you're following us Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube for our 4 o'clock picks, and anywhere else that you find pushing the Pylon.